One of the biggest Porsche events in the world was held 5 minutes away from where I live, and thankfully I was able to shoot some of the coolest cars from the event. I shot everything with my Mamiya RB67, and I shot a total of 15 rolls of film in only 5 days. I got some really cool shots, and I'm really excited to showcase you these photos. A few days before the event, there's this one guy that actually sent me a DM. He's from Poland. His name is Nikos, and he was asking for photo locations because he was flying in from Europe, so he doesn't know the area at all, so I helped him out with that. He already had a couple shoots lined up already, and then I set up some stuff myself as well. I invited him to those. So we shot pretty much everything together, which was a lot of fun. The first shoot that we ended up doing was a shoot with two 911s. I ended up helping Nikos get some rolling shots on PCH, and then we ended up heading over to Newport Beach to get some stills at Golden Hour. I have already shot a lot of stuff at this location. It is the closest beach to where I live. So when I first started doing photography, I pretty much shot everything that there is to shoot there. But I really do love the photos. I'm really happy with the photos closer to the beach and closer to the sand. Those turned out really good. And then on top of that, some detail shots also. Yeah, I'm pretty happy, but you know, very similar to a lot of shoots that I've already done because I've done like, let's see, like probably 3 or 4 shoots there already. But the day after that was the day actually before the event. So that was on Friday. We ended up going to a pretty cool event in the morning. Just a cool little car meet in the morning. And there was a crazy amount of Porsches there. Like insane Porsches. A bunch of people from Texas drove in, and other people from like Oregon and Washington drove all the way down here just for the event, which was really cool. And then after that, there was another event going on as well, and that was up in LA at Race Service. Bisimoto was unveiling one of his Hot Wheels, one of his, I think, 6 now Hot Wheels that he's created or made from his cars, and it is really cool. We ended up checking that out, and then also shooting a bunch of cars in Race Service as well. The main cars that we were shooting was just Bisimoto's cars because Nikos actually reached out to him to try to do a newspaper or a magazine cover or something related to that. So we ended up shooting that, and I got some really cool shots from the event and just from all the cars in general out there. The AMG GT3 was there, and it was covered in dirt and dust because I just took that thing to the desert, and it looked really cool, and I got some pretty cool shots of that. Only on 35 though, because I was mainly trying to focus on the Bisimoto's cars, and I've never been able to shoot that thing before, so I was really excited. race service event was a success. It was really, really cool, and I ended up hanging out with some of my friends out there, and it was really cool just like meeting everyone out there and shooting some of those really, really cool cars. The 935 was insane, and it was crazy that it makes zero noise when it's moving around because it's all electric. Such a sick car. I'm super, super happy with these photos, and yeah, it was really, really good time. The next day was the event, and that was air water, and I ended up getting there a little bit early, like 15 minutes early, but not early enough. I got there and there was already a line of like 500 people, and I was just sitting and waiting in the sun for like 45 minutes, getting sunburnt pretty bad. Once I finally got in, it was already packed. It was like what, 9:20, and they opened it at like what, 9. So I got in there and it was already really difficult to actually shoot anything, but I ended up getting some decent shots. It was pretty hard because I didn't expect there to be this amount of people that were going to pull up. I think they said that there was 11,000 people that got into the event, which is insane because it's like $50 a ticket for just a 6-hour event. The last event that they did up in the Bay, it looked like it was a more chill event and chill environment where you could just shoot a lot easier than what it was down here in the OC Fairgrounds. But yeah, I ended up getting some cool shots, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I said before, it was very difficult to actually move around and shoot the stuff that I wanted to. It was basically like a patience game the entire time. Like I was there for 6 hours, the whole 6 hours that it was open, and it was very difficult to shoot stuff, but I ended up getting some cool stuff that I'm pretty happy about. But in general, it was just a lot of fun meeting a bunch of other photographers that were there as well, and just hanging out with some more friends. And yeah, it was a good time. After I left the event, I ended up talking to a guy that I know up in Northern California, and he drove down to just go to this event, and we ended up doing a quick photo shoot by Back Bay with his GT3 Touring, and I got some really cool shots with that car. And yeah, I'm really, 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 really loving 400D right now. Since the 400D, it is my favorite film stock right now. I've been shooting a lot of stuff with it. It is very expensive though if you're shooting 120, especially with the 6x7. It's like, for me right now, like $2.50 per photo, which is insane, but the photos turn out great. So I'll shoot 400D whenever I get the chance to. And like I said before, I got really, really, really good photos with that GT3 Touring, and I was really, really happy with the results. The day after that, I had a day to actually finally chill out and just relax, because it was like 3 days consecutively of just shooting, shooting, shooting. And it was finally time to take a little bit of a chill pill. And then after that, I had 2 more shoots lined up. The first shoot was with a 993 GT, which is basically a GT2 with a Harlequin wrap on it. I don't know too much about these cars because of how special these are, and I've never seen one of these before in my life, especially the Harlequin. I didn't even know that this was a thing. Supposedly there was, I think, 11 with the actual like Harlequin paint on it, and those go for like a few $1,000,000, which is nuts. And having the chance to actually shoot one of these cars was really, really cool. Even if it wasn't like just from factory, it was cool just shooting a 993 GT, because those things are already like super, super expensive. One actually sold at auction at the event the other day for $1.6 million or something like that, which is nuts. So I was really, really happy to shoot this thing. Unfortunately, when we went to the first location, I got kicked out almost instantly, or get yelled at by the security. There's 2 security people at each parking structures that we were shooting, and we were right in the middle parking up and shooting in there, and they were both yelling at us, telling us that we had to leave. So we were there for like 10-15 minutes and then had to move on to another spot. I didn't know the area too well. We ended up pulling into another spot, and it was another spot where we only had 5 minutes to shoot. Thankfully, the dude was kind of chill, so he let us like shoot for a few minutes, but I ended up getting the shots that I needed. And then after that, we ended up going back to the shop and then shooting some other stuff around the area. It was pretty cool. I definitely could have gotten better shots if we could have taken it a little bit further, but you know, it's a $1 million car, so there's only so much you can do. After that, we got stuck in traffic and drove like 2 hours more inland during like rush hour traffic, which was not fun. But we ended up shooting with Bisimoto and with his 935, and that was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, my film back on my RB67 broke. I don't know exactly what happened with it, but I would shoot the first frame and then it would instantly rewind it. It's a automatic film back. I don't even know what it's called, but I would shoot one photo and then would just fully like rewind it. So I would have one photo per roll, which sucked. And I ended up shooting 3 photos, unfortunately, and each photo cost basically like $20, which is not fun. That was not fun. But I ended up getting a couple shots, and then on top of that, I shot some 35, so I wasn't like too mad about it. But I ended up buying a new film back like a couple days after that, and yeah, just film problems. Film problems are very unlucky. Now I'm on the 3rd film back on my RB, and hopefully I don't have to go through this thing again and buy another one in like the next month or so, because I'm going on another big road trip soon, and I'm probably going to be shooting another like 30 rolls on that one road trip. So I hope everything holds up for that. But yeah, like I said before, I got some really cool shots with Bisimoto, and it was cool just hanging out with that guy again. He's a really, really cool dude, and he's super, super talented. And yeah, that was a great few days of shooting. I ended up getting really, really cool shots, and I was super, super happy. It was really cool hanging out with Nikos as well the entire time. He's a really cool dude, and I would highly recommend going and following him because we shot the same stuff. So if you guys want to see some of the shots that he got, then I would highly recommend dropping him a follow on Instagram. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.